You're listening to Spring River Chronicle. Audio on the go.
First National Banking Company. Get checking that pays with Super Plus Checking at FNBC.
Highland Rebels win 4-3 conference title. E.B. Barnes. It was the combination of a dedicated football team and coaching staff that won Highland its first conference title since 2007, after thrashing the Truman Wildcats 50-8 November 3 at Truman. With the win on the road in the final regular season game, Coach Spencer Hill led the Rebels in his first year as head coach to a 4A3 conference title, after taking over the head coach position from Clay Wiggins in the off-season of 2011. "It's a great feeling. Our kids have believed, and they knew they could do it," Hill said. "It's not just me because of my first year as head coach, but I have a great staff. It's a great feeling for all of us." Last year in 2010, the Highland Rebels earned an appearance in the 4A state playoffs under Coach Wiggins, after finishing third in regular season play. Highland traveled to Star City for the first round of the playoffs, where they ended their season with a devastating loss, 46-6. This year, Highland finished off their season 8-1 overall, with 5-1 in the 4A3 conference, putting them at the top with the conference title. Traveling to Rebel Country will be the Nashville Scrappers, who ended their season 4-6 overall, and 3-4 in the 4A7 conference, fifth in the running for their conference title. The Highland Rebels will not only host the first round, but if they continue their winning streak they will also have home field advantage for the second, third and possibly fourth rounds as well. The finals will be held in Little Rock at the War Memorial Stadium on December 10. Since the state playoff games are sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association, no local passes such as employee passes, senior citizen passes or student armbands will be accepted, according to Connie Sellers, of the Highland School Central Office. The Highland Rebels' first-round game will be at Rebel Memorial Field on Friday, November 11 at 7:30 p.m. The admission price is set by the AAA, and will be $6 for both adults and students. 4A3 conference football standings. The following teams are named with their conference win-loss record first, followed by their win-loss record for the season. Highland 5-1, 8-1 Pocahontas 4-2, 7-2 Gosnell 4-2, 7-3 Osceola 4-2, 4-5 Valley View 3-3, 5-3, with 1 tie Truman 1-5, 2-7 Westside 0-6, 1-9 First round 2011 playoffs from the 4A3 conference. 5 teams will compete in the playoffs. In addition to conference champs Highland, will be Pocahontas, Gosnell, Osceola and Valley View. All of the first-round games will be played on November 11 at 7:30 p.m. Nashville at Highland, Gravette at Pocahontas, Gosnell at Malvern, Dardano at Osceola, Valley View at Warren.
You're listening to Spring River Chronicle. Audio on the go.
First National Banking Company. Get checking that pays with Super Plus Checking at FNBC.
Outdoors Live with Tommy and Wanda Garner radio show celebrates 10th anniversary by Lauren Siebert. Tommy Tomcat Garner and Wanda Garner, hosts of the popular radio show Outdoors Live with Tommy and Wanda Garner, will be celebrating the 10th anniversary of their show, which is broadcast every Monday on K Country 95 at 1 p.m. "We are the #1 outdoor live radio program in the Ozarks," Tommy Garner said. Although the 10th anniversary of the show is actually November 12, according to Garner, "we will have the official broadcast for the anniversary on the 21st of this month," Garner noted. Garner shares his passion for the outdoors in everything he does and with everyone he meets. "I call it a calling. I'm not a great guy, but I have learned some things over time," Garner said. Garner has authored a book, along with Lynn Kedner, titled Hunting the Whitetail Using Data and Discoveries, which was released in 2009. "What we have found and documented in our book is that Bluebird Day, right after a storm system, this time of year is the best time," Garner noted. "The deer are responding right now." On November 2 he went out for muzzleloader season, and got a buck, on what he described as a perfect day for hunting. "We had some storm blow through that week, but Saturday morning it was crystal clear," Garner noted. "Cold heavy frost on the ground, and a very soft breeze, twinkling stars in the sky, cold calm wind, very little frost on ground, that makes for the best conditions." As bow, muzzleloader and youth seasons are getting underway, Garner also touched on the best rifles for adults and youth to use. "That is a much debated topic. What I would choose is not what everyone else would choose," Garner said. "My definition of what is the best rifle, that is for each individual person, the one that fits them, that they have the confidence in, and has enough firepower to do the job." Garner talked about his hunting principles. "I believe in one shot, one kill," Garner said, "and we owe it to them to dispatch them as quickly and humanely as possible." Garner suggested a 30-06, as this is the rifle he personally uses. However, he noted, the recoil may be a bit much for some. "If that is the case," Garner said, "take your rifle to a gunsmith and have some of the recoil taken out." For a younger hunter's first time on the hunt, it is very important for a child to feel comfortable and practice before they go out, according to Garner. For children, what I would suggest is to use a .243, or something in that category. They don't have a lot of recoil. Garner recommended. Make them feel comfortable, take them out and let them shoot it a few times, to let them get comfortable with the gun. Take a scope .22 and a few rounds, let them get comfortable with holding and squeezing the trigger, they'll get the feel for how to get on target and good shot placement. This needs to be done so they are comfortable when they get to the standard field, Garner said. Also, practice with a .22 makes for an easy transition to a .243, Garner noted. Hunters education has also been great for getting new hunters started. Before the Hunters Ed program started in 1973, there were several fatalities during deer season. Hunters Ed is one of the greatest things that has ever happened here, Garner said. You can see the documentation where fatalities, due to hunting accidents, have gotten fewer and fewer. The best thing about a really good hunting trip is everyone coming home safely.
You're listening to Spring River Chronicle. Audio on the go.
First National Banking Company. Get checking that pays with Super Plus Checking at FNBC.
Following a recent altercation that took place at the Sharp County Jail in Ash Flat, inmate Courtney Kincaid, 20, of Ash Flat was charged with battery after she allegedly struck fellow inmate Tiffany Dunkel, 21, of Cherokee Village in the face 3 times. According to Sharp County investigator Ken Guidry, Dunkel stated that she had been arguing with Kincaid and was being moved to a separate cell because of a medical condition when the incident occurred. Dunkel stated that Kincaid came up to her and punched her in the left side of her face 3 times, before jail matron Charlene Cable stepped in and separated them, Guidry said. According to the report, Dunkel stated that she is pregnant and had been suffering from abdominal pains prior to this incident. Guidry reported that Dunkel had no visible signs of injury to her face, and that Dunkel claimed that she had no pain related to being punched in the face. During the interview, Kincaid pointed out that she has prosthetic legs, and was being called bad names by Dunkel and became angry, and admitted to punching Dunkel in the face 3 times before being separated. Kincaid said she never struck Dunkel anywhere but in the facial area. Kincaid said that she was about a foot lower than Dunkel, because she was on her nubs, Guidry said. Based on the statements obtained and the wishes of Dunkel to file charges against Kincaid, a complaint affidavit was completed charging Kincaid with battery in the 3rd degree. This case will be forwarded to the prosecutor for review.
You're listening to Spring River Chronicle. Audio on the go.
First National Banking Company. Get checking that pays with Super Plus Checking at FNBC.
The Cherokee Village Fire Department was informed of a structure fire at approximately 4:40 p.m. on November 12, and responded to the call at 14 Tonsu Drive, a mobile home located in the Santa Fe addition in Cherokee Village. When Fire Chief Mike Taylor arrived on the scene, the fire was coming out the west side of the house trailer, which was fully engulfed in flames. I was the first there. I turned the gas off. It was empty anyway and I turned and looked at the electric, but the meter was gone so I wasn't concerned with the power. Taylor said. When I got there, we didn't know it was vacant. You could see the power was off, Tanner noted, but as far as we are concerned there is always someone in the building until we determine there isn't. The cause of the fire was unknown. It is under investigation, because it was vacant and there was no electricity and no water, so we can't rule out vagrants or things like that, Lieutenant Russell Tanner stated. There was a tremendous response from the Cherokee Village Fire Department. We had 2 engines and 16 firefighters both on and off duty, Tanner said. The call appears to have been made fairly soon after the fire started. The best we can tell we caught it early, Tanner noted. To have a vacant mobile home with that much still standing was a miracle. According to Taylor, it is also possible the fire could have been slow burning. If the fire can't get oxygen they will stay small and that's very possible. But I can't say for sure, Taylor noted. When Tanner arrived he began to assess the situation. When I got there I went through, started photographing, then put my camera up, and helped work the fire for a while. And then I got my camera again afterwards, Tanner said. Taylor gave a word of advice on how to prevent future fires. This time of the year, heating season is starting so be careful with wood burning. It also wouldn't hurt to have gas furnaces checked and cleaned, to be prepared, Taylor stated, also reminding people to check the flues. The Cherokee Village Fire Department will come out and do a flue inspection free of charge for anyone living in Cherokee Village. Residents who are interested only need to call and make an appointment.
You're listening to Spring River Chronicle. Audio on the go.
First National Banking Company. Get checking that pays with Super Plus Checking at FNBC.
Fall Gun and Knife Showdown by Lauren Siebert. After the November 5-6 Fall Gun and Knife Show, Hardy Main Street Incorporated Executive Director Al Corte said the forced relocation of the event to a smaller venue had a negative impact on both vendors and the organization's fundraising efforts. Hardy Mayor Nina Thornton maintains the city offered ample space. Only 350 people attended this show, that is less than half of the attendance for past shows. We had additional cost due to relocating the show, and with the low attendance, our fundraising revenue potential from this show for future Main Street programs has been compromised, Corte said. For the past 6 years the Hardy Fall Gun and Knife Show has been held in the Hardy Gym. This year the Hardy Gym was unavailable, because it is being used for city government operations. In early 2011 the National Weather Service had predicted the water would get to 21 feet, and we know when water gets that high it gets in the city hall, Thornton explained, so instead of waiting till the water is lapping at the door, we heeded the warning, and moved to the only place we could, and that was the gym. With the Hardy Gym being occupied, Corte looked for a new location for the event. According to a city council meeting in September, it was stated that there is no possibility in sight for the gym, as the host location is in the past. We had a short time to find an alternate location as large as the gym, Corte stated. In our search we found that there are no locations as large as the gym available in Hardy. However, the show must go on, Corte said. Fortunately, Mike and Debbie Gray of the Creekside Loft were gracious enough to make us an attractive offer to use the Creekside Loft as a temporary host location. While the Creekside Loft venue offered less floor space than the gym, the city offered additional capacity close by the loft location. We did offer them City Hall, which is 4,000 square feet, Thornton said. I know they did it at Creekside Loft, but we had offered them City Hall so they could have both. Mayor Thornton continued, I thought they would use both, as they can share parking, but I never got an answer on why they didn't use City Hall as well. According to Corte, the dual venue option was not viable. They offered City Hall for us to use, but it is just not practical. We need to hold the event in one big area, Corte said. Mayor Thornton has now said that the gym will be available for future event booking, and expects that will happen before the end of the year. We have a tentative date to move back to our City Hall the week after Thanksgiving. We have discussed it a long time and we were under the impression it was going to flood in October, because it has before, Thornton explained. We wanted to wait until flooding threats were over with. Currently Main Street of Hardy, Incorporated is looking for a venue for the Spring Gun and Knife Show. According to Corte, the organization has not yet come together with the city on a new venue. The Hardy Gymnasium was a good fit for the early development of the show. However, now that the show has grown and developed into a major local attraction, we are now faced with finding a suitable location large enough to facilitate the show size at present, as well as growth in the years to come, Corte stated. We will do what is required to produce the next Gun and Knife Show, to be bigger and better than ever. Mayor Thornton said the city is willing to work together with the organization in order to improve the event. They have not come to us and asked, or we absolutely would do whatever they need. We always try to cooperate with Main Street. While the event was in a smaller location, vendors and patrons alike said they enjoyed the show. It was smaller than last year, but all in all it was a great show, Rick Milburn, a vendor at the gun show, said. I was very pleased to see residents from Highland, Cherokee Village and Ash Flat, Corte said, also thanking the sponsors of the event. Thanks to our loyal supporters and attendees, volunteers, Al Corte said, especially our sponsors Walmart, Liberty Bank, FNBC, Simmons Bank, City of Hardy, Memory Lane, Ozark Classic Crafts Mall, Sharp County Sheriff's Department and many more. The Gun and Knife Show will continue its growth and popularity, providing the Main Street of Hardy, Incorporated with the opportunity to enrich the historical preservation, revitalization and economic growth of our Spring River community, Corte said.
Thanks for listening to Spring River Chronicle Audio on the Go. Be sure to subscribe to the paper and check us out online at myspringriver.com.